everybody, it's Miss Austin. I'm going to be going over the lesson 14 practice problems. You might want to have a piece of tracing paper handy. I took an old kind of like lunch sack and cut it at my house because I didn't have any. All right, here we go. Number 1, draw the image of quadrilateral ABCD when rotated 120 degrees counterclockwise around point B. So those are the 3 things you have to have for a rotation. You have to have the degree, the direction, and then the center of rotation. So I went ahead and I traced this right here. And it wants me to rotate this 120 counterclockwise, which is this way, around D. Now remember this paper, each one of these triangles, I'll just look at this one right here, right? Each one of these is 60 degrees. So 120 is 2 of those. So if I go back here, and I'm just going to use this segment as my anchor. You could use a different one, but because D is the center, right, I'm going like this. So how do I know when to stop? I need to go 120 degrees. So look at this. If I go from here, if I go that far, that's 60, and then I go all the way to there, I'm looking underneath the tracing paper, right? That's 120 degrees. So I'm going to stop when that lands right there. Okay, so now that is 120 degrees. So now I'm going to just kind of lift that up underneath. That's C prime. There's B prime. That's 1, 2, and over. 1, 2. B prime. Line that back up. And then A is right there. A prime. And now make it look nicer by using a straight edge. Whoa. If you could line it up, Miss Austin. Try that one more time. I did not draw those very straight. Okay, so that's 120 degrees counterclockwise around D. And remember, if you're ever unsure and you want to see it, look, if you draw from the original point, C, through the center and to the new point, that should be 120 degrees. Can you see it now? That's 60, and then one more full triangle there, 120. All right, number 2. There is an equilateral triangle, ABC, inscribed in a circle with center D. What is the smallest angle you can rotate ABC around D so that the image of A is B? I'm just going to sketch this. I don't have a compass down here, but imagine here's a circle, and we're going to do the center is A. So here's A, B, C. Now, when I thought about this, if I'm going to rotate this circle, I've got to go right here, and then I want that to land on that, right? Well, think about what's a full revolution, 360, because if you kind of look at what are the choices here, right? And you could draw your coordinate plane if that helps you, right? That's 90. That's not going to, first of all, 60, that's not even going to get me past this dotted line. 90 would get me right there. 120, right? And you can kind of tell because this is an equilateral, so it's in thirds. 120, 240, 360. It would take me 120 degrees to rotate A onto B. All right, number 3. Which segment is the image of AB when rotated 90 degrees counterclockwise around point P? So I've got this already. Here's AB. And they want to rotate it 90 degrees counterclockwise, so that's that way, around P. So I'm just going to draw a little 90-degree angle here around P, right? They want me to go 90 counterclockwise, so I'm going to hold steady here, and I'm going to rotate until that goes 90 degrees. And now you can see which one does that line up on. It lines up on that one right there, FG. And again, if you ever wanted to see, I'll use a pencil. If you connect, look at this to the center of rotation to see that new point, you see how that's 90 degrees? And this one's not as easy, but if you go B to the center to that, you see how that's 90 degrees? Okay, so this is the image of AB after a 90-degree counterclockwise rotation around point P. Number 4. The semaphore alphabet is a way to use flags to signal messages. Here's how to signal the letter Q. Describe a transformation that would take the right hand to the left hand. Oh, okay. Started to bleed through there. Oh, well. All right, I've got this ready. So can we kind of see? I've got to go, and you could go this way or you could go this way. I'm going to go counterclockwise. So it would, actually, I'll go clockwise. So can you say, if I rotate that to here, that's 90, and then I got to go halfway of this 90, so that's 135 degrees. I'm going to hold this steady. Okay. Now the only problem, look, can you see through the paper? See how the right flag is going that way? And I need the flag to go that way. So now, after a rotation of 135 degrees, if I reflect it across this left arm, now it's facing the right way. So one more time, I would need to do, let me line that up, 135 degrees. There's 90. There's 135. Then I need to reflect this across the left arm. I could fold it if you could see like that, or you could flip the paper. Okay, so we're going to do 135 degree rotation clockwise. And the center was the intersection of the arms. Around the intersection of the arms. Then after we did that, then reflect across the left arm. 135 degrees, and then reflect over this right here. All right, number 5. Here are 2 polygons. Select all the sequences of translations, rotations, and reflections that would take polygon P to Q. So we're just going to go through and try. So I've got this ready to go. It says rotate 180 around point A. So 180 around point A, I'll just that would make that land here. And hopefully you can see that P is not laying on top of Q. No. Translate so that A is taken to J, then reflect over line BA. Let's find that. Okay, so translate so A is taken to J. So A is going to line up with J underneath here. Then reflect over line BA. That's this line right here. So I'm simply going to, if you can see this, use a pencil. All right, I'm going to reflect over that. You could either fold the paper or you could just flip your paper. Bingo, it lays right on top of Q. That one works. Rotate 60 degrees counterclockwise around point A, then reflect over FA. Okay, 60 counterclockwise around A. Okay, 60. So that would take this to right here. Okay. Then reflect across FA. Where's F? Oh, Okay, now that's that line right here, so I'm going to reflect that. Nope, sort of close, but not really. Reflect over line BA, then rotate 60 degrees clockwise around A. Reflect over BA. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to reflect over that. I'm going to flip my paper. Then rotate 60 degrees around point A. So that's going to take that to there. No. Last one, reflect over line BA and then translate by directed line segment BA. Reflect over BA, then translate along directed line segment. So now I'm going to move it this far. Yep. B. Oops. Oh boy, I don't know how long ago that glitched out. So B and E. I'm not sure if that froze in between, but all right, moving on. Number 6. Draw the image of figure ABC when translated by directed line segment U. Label the image of A as A prime, the image of B as B prime, and the image of C as C prime. So let me find that piece of paper. Here it is. So I'm going to move that this far. So I think I'm just going to go up here. I'm just putting that on the end, right? So if I can, kind of hard to do, but so C becomes B prime. And I can look, that's going to get slid that far. So I'm going to try my best to copy that. There's A prime. And then the end of this is C prime. Explain why the line containing AB is parallel to the line containing A prime B prime. See those two lines? They're parallel. That's because the definition of a translation is that a translation takes a line to a parallel line. If the directed line segment was on the line, it would take it onto itself. But this wasn't, right? Here's your directed line segment. So it takes a line onto a parallel line. All right, number 7, last one. There is a sequence of rigid transformation that takes A to A prime, B to B prime, C to C prime. The same sequence takes D to D prime. Draw and label D prime. So you can probably maybe just visualize it. Excuse me, I'm actually going to kind of show you how you can figure out what the transformations were. One of the easiest ways is to line up any of the points. I'm going to go A to A prime. So see, I'm going to slide the whole figure right there. Now, it looks like if I rotate around A, boom. Now I can see that D prime should be right there. It didn't ask me what the transformations were, but I just wanted to practice, right? One of the easiest ways is to line up a point to its image, right? So translate along that directed line segment. Then what can you do next? Looks like I can rotate it. And I can see that D prime, well, you can't because my pen, but D prime should be right under there. D prime. All right, guys, I hope that helped. I will see you soon.